here playing Farming Simulator 22 on Prairie Farms, Michigan, and since last episode, finished up planting on the cornfield here, so that field is all set. Well, I shouldn't say all set necessarily. We still need to roll and spray it yet. We'll be working on that here this episode. First things first, though, I'm over in the oat field here. I'm in field 7, and I want to hit this with the See and Spray sprayer one. We got a couple of weeds here in this corner, and I want to bump up our environmental score here just a little bit on this field. So if we zoom in, actually, let's go to, there it is, field 7. And I don't know why the nitrogen is so bad on this field. I don't get what's up with that. And the nitrogen, like, why is it 0? I don't know. If you go out here, nitrogen is perfect across the field. So I'm not sure what's up with that. No idea. But anyway, we'll see if we can at least bump up the weed one here just a little bit. And in order to do that, we need to hit this with a See and Spray sprayer. As far as I know, the only one in the game that has this is the John Deere here, unfortunately. And I've actually got it turned off here at the moment, so we need to go turn that back on. Shouldn't cost us anything. Nope, because it's actually a feature we already had on the seeder. Or, I'm sorry, not the seeder, the sprayer. No, back here. I turned it off here when I sprayed this field the first time around, Evan, because, again, you're not going to be able to spray the weeds if there's no weeds to spray, right? Which, of course, right after planting, there is not. So we're just going to hit this here real quick a minute. Take care of these weeds in the corner. And if we check that one, yep. Well, it actually didn't go up a whole lot. Actually, it was 59 before. It's up to 60 now, right? It didn't go up any further than that. I wonder why that is. Last time we did this, we just ran across it real quick with a See and Spray sprayer. And it just bumped that percentage all the way up to 100. In fact, if you look at most of our fields, I'm going to know 98, 99. I think this one, this one's actually 100, everyone. So 90, I'm not sure. Looks like, again, the weeds on that field. Not exactly sure what the trick there is with some of this, Evan, but apparently from what I can tell, the See and Spray sprayer is definitely part of it. I wonder if we hit some of these other corners, if that'll bump that percentage up. Again, we had Course Play do this field, Evan, when Course Play does it. Of course, it misses the corners. And as I've said before, you can play around with the settings a little bit, everyone. But especially with something like this where you're trying to back up, Course Play doesn't always do the best. Sometimes you just end up having to fix it. So it's like, oh, well, we got a few weeds in the corner. What's it matter, right? Still curious, though, as to why the nitrogen on this field is so poor, though. And I don't get what is up with that. Because, again, like I said, we are, like, perfect nitrogen on the field. It's got what it needs. No idea. So, oh well. Oh, for the pole. Ooh, just clipped it. There we go. Is that, oh, there we go. There we go. Now up to 66. Okay, so looks like we just need to go through and spray the remaining weeds here a minute. And then we should have our percentage up. Now, I don't know if just maybe spraying it with a regular sprayer would work. I don't know. Or at least we're just going to hit it with this sprayer here real quick. We'll just go around all 4 corners. Won't take more than a minute here, one. And then we'll run this over to our cornfield. We'll go spray that a minute. And when we do that, I'm going to take the See and Spray back off of here. Because, again, if I leave that on, there's no crops growing in that field. There's obviously no weeds. It's not going to work to spray it if there's no weeds, so. Almost to the end here. Look out for the trees. Yep, should be good. There we go. And just out of curiosity, if we check the map here real quick. Yeah, okay, so we're up to 67. That did not actually make as much of a difference as this first corner, or actually, I guess the second corner. Second corner seemed to make the most difference. Kind of curious on why on that one, but okay, weeds. Yep, so we got a few weeds in that corner. We've got a few more down in that corner. Yep, might have to maybe hit the first corner here again, which, yeah, works out fine. We got to go back down that way anyway. On our way over to our cornfield. Speaking of the cornfield, too, I think I already mentioned that. We're going to get the roller going on there as well. We'll probably throw a course play on all those jobs, everyone. if folks saw it here when we first started recording, but I have the bean planter lined up on the field right next to us here. We're going to start planting beans on that field. In fact, I've already started here already. I've got the headlands done, so we can just enjoy ourselves here this episode, just going up and down the field, or as I like to call it, the up and down the field simulator, right? Up and down, back and forth, back and forth. Yep. Fun game, isn't that one? Fun game, just going back and forth. I'm going to say Courseplay didn't really miss a whole lot here on this field. I would have thought Courseplay would have missed a little bit more, but, well, actually, you know what? I guess it makes sense, Evan. When I set this up with Courseplay here, I only had Courseplay do one headland around the field, and that was the reason for that, by the way. I figured if I can limit the number of headlands, Evan, I'm going to limit the amount of missing spots here from Courseplay. Because, again, when Courseplay misses, it's usually always the corners. Again, unless you play with the settings, Evan, which I'm not sure with this particular planter. I suppose we can try this on one of the fields, Evan, just see how well this particular, I keep calling it a planter, this particular sprayer works, Evan. Maybe it would work okay. I don't know. Again, it seems to kind of depend on what equipment you're using. For example, the balers we have, Evan, do not do well when it comes to doing like the square corners. They do not appreciate that at all. The mowers, which are 3-point, or at least the one mower that's a 3-point anyway, doesn't, of course, matter, which makes sense on a 3-point mower, so it's, picks up with the tractor, doesn't, have to back around with it or anything like that. Okay, we'll go back over this side here a little bit more, and we'll see what our percentage, actually, what's it looking like now here? Up to 68. Okay, it went up another point, really not that much, which probably is to be expected here at this point. I mean, at this point, the nitrogen is probably what's hurting our percentage on this field, which again, like I said, I don't know why. If anyone has any good ideas, let me know. See if there's something we can do to maybe fix that. Okay, we'll head over to field 9 here now. Like I said, we'll turn off the see and spray, and we'll set Courseplay up on this field. And I'm hoping I can have both the sprayer and the roller going here at the same time. Hopefully they won't get in each other's way too badly. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? Ooh. Okay, let's customize this here a minute. We want to turn this back off here, unfortunately. Yeah, it doesn't really cost us anything. Everyone just, I take the time to do it, right? We'll do one headland here, I guess, maybe, unless it does an angled course. Then I probably am going to want two. That's a slight angle. Slight angle might be okay. We'll see how this works here. First waypoint, drive the course. Off you go. And then we'll get the quad track going here as well. Oh, I suppose it wants to turn the track on before I fold it out, huh? Fine. Two headlands, sure. It's going to be a little bit of a different angle, isn't it? We'll have to see once the Courseplay and the sprayer have any altercations, which no one Courseplay and the hired workers have one. As Dr. Murphy always says, if it can go wrong, it will. Yeah, they'll find each other. They'll tangle. First waypoint, drive course. And again, I don't know about you folks, but if we ever get our hands on Murphy, we're going to have to teach him a thing or two about his own law, right? Gotta say, I do like the smooth texture behind these particular rollers here. I think that's a factor of the map, I'm guessing, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh, and this reminds me, too, you know what? Down here on this field, I've got one more sprayer waiting to go here. Might as well get this thing going on Courseplay here while we're at it. Want to spray our grass field here, and this is, of course, going to be fertilizer here this time around. Some fertilizer on this field. And I'm doing the liquid kind here this time around, everyone, because I've got the Isera detector doohickey thingamajiggers, whatchamacallits, on the tractor here. They're supposed to detect nitrogen level needed in the soil, or based on the plants, I guess, technically, right? Works based on the greenness of the plants. Not sure how well that actually works in the lab. I'm kind of curious. But anyway, that's what it is based on. Don't know if this works with grass or not. I'm assuming it does, but we are going to give this a try here. So probably not 2 headlands. Wonder if we can get away with 1 headland. Let's try 1. There's not really a whole lot around this field, so... Okay, where's the start point then? Oh, it's down. Okay, well, that's fine. First waypoint. Here I had it all folded out for course play. I guess it's going to want to fold it back in, isn't it? Okay, well, we'll leave course play to that one. So that takes it for the sprayer. The sprayer should be going here. And the roller is going as well. Yep, looking good. And out of curiosity, what did our percentage? Okay, 68, so it really didn't go up a lot. However, with that being said, we are pretty much almost all the way up on the weed control here. Top one, everyone counts for like 32% of the... Wow. So these apparently must not be even then as far as the score is concerned, does it? So like this one being all the way down, is 32%. I mean, obviously there's 5 bars. Each one doesn't count for like 20%. Weed control. Okay, if I'm looking at this, I'm guessing the nitrogen and the weed control are your biggest contributors. And it looks like soil sampling and pH value are the next ones. And then tillage is meh. Doesn't really count for that much. It counts, but not as much as some of the rest. So noted there, everyone. And I think, oh, wait, field 80, why is field 88 going down? Oh. Okay, apparently it does not like the fact that I'm currently spraying this field, everyone. Oh, well. Yeah. Apparently it doesn't like that. I kind of like the idea of spraying. We're basically putting down pre-emergence here. And again, as I said, if I leave the see and spray on, it's not going to do anything. So, oh well. Anyway, let's go start planting here, everyone. Back in the John Deere 9470 RX here. Get some GPS loaded back up here. We want a 0-degree course for that. Auto with that. Rehome that back on the tractor here. Turn the tractor on, or the planter on. Lock on the GPS, and away we go. And of course, by the way, we're planting soybeans, haven't we? With soybeans, we do not need any fertilizer, so you notice that nice deep red there. Yep, doesn't matter. We don't need fertilizer here for the soybeans, so that's good. Don't have to worry about that. See how much the field we get planted here this episode. Again, like I said, started planting here between episodes. Got the headlands. I think I've got like 2 passes done almost all the way around the entire field, I think, anyway. Yeah, I think it's 2 passes, something like that. Okay, and apparently I'm just derping up on the last 2. Well, actually, the one before might have been YouTube's fault. I'm not sure, but looks like I derped up on the yesterday's episode. Half of that video is missing. I realized that when I was just loading up the comments here a moment. It's like, wait a minute, why is that video 16 minutes long? Had 2 parts to that video. Apparently, I forgot to combine them together. So, noted. I will get that fixed, everyone, and hopefully you folks will see the full episode 33. Wow, derping hard here this week on the videos, Evan. Again, episode 32 of it. I'm not entirely sure what happened to episode 32. I realized yesterday I went to check and like, where's the comments? There's no comments on episode 30. Wait, there's no episode 32 at all. So, not sure what happened to that one. I don't know. But anyway, speaking of the comments, everyone, got the comments loaded up here. We'll see what we got. Christopher was saying, good video. Thank you very much for that. Channing was saying you should try the upper Mississippi River Valley. If you don't, it's a beautiful, or if you haven't, it's a beautiful 4X map on the banks of Iowa. And no, I have not tried the Mississippi River Valley. That's actually maybe a map we could check out here in the future. Was a really popular map back in, I think that was it Farming Simulator 17, I'd like to say. think it was 17. Of course, it was a 19 as well. Coffee Pusher was saying, I just tried the Samsung Flex 23 manure spreader, again with a hired worker. Says it made the turn great, lined up perfectly. Don't know what else to say, it works. And he also saying, hey, if I tell you a rooster can pull a plow, put a harness on him. Nope. A rooster can pull a plow, put a harness on him. Okay then. Well, for those of you who watched the channel for a while, you probably have seen a, I don't know, would be considered a rooster or a chicken pull a plow. You folks have probably seen this then. Brad was saying everyone. What, do I say everyone? Yep, I probably do a little bit. And then we turn around, everyone, and back down the field we go. Lock on that GPS line. Lower that planter back down, and there we go. Oh, and I don't think I noticed it here last episode of Planting that one, but this also apparently has the chain drags behind each row unit as well. And idea behind that, I want to just helps kind of level out the soil just a little bit behind the row. Just kind of drags along in the dirt, right? Hetro was saying, great video. Remember the global company mod that had a button that allowed you to place a mod anywhere? Is there a mod that will do that here in Farming Simulator 22? I'm on a map and I cannot place a building where I want to. Yes, there is, and I do not recall. Let's see once here. What is the name? Is it this one? Forget the name of the mod. I mean, I don't remember if it's this one here or not. Yeah, not seeing options here. Set field ground, that's all the growth stuff. PDA field overlay 53, huh. Must be how often it updates, maybe? Not sure how that works. Yeah, I guess we're not super close to the end here yet. Yeah, like I said, I know there's a mod. I do not remember the name of it here at this point. Actually, I wonder if it's in one of the other game settings here that adds that. That could be where it is here. Basic option where you just turn on and allows you to place anything anywhere, as well as like paint and all that good stuff. Terraform. Oh well, I'll have to see once everyone, if I can locate that here at some point. What else we got? Christopher was also saying a good video, because again, of course, we kind of have 2 episodes of reading comments here for at this point. And looks like that actually might be all the comments here, at least on the Farming Simulator videos here at this point. Oh, here's one. Charles was saying, well done. Thank you very much for that one. I think I missed that one here the first time through. Oh, this isn't on a farming sim video, but rather amusing here. Kev Dog was saying on my chainsaw video, always make sure you touch the blade with your finger so as to trigger the kids. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, how are we looking on the sprayer and the roller here at the moment? Looks like we're looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any problems here so far. Looks like they're still going. That maybe doesn't look quite right down there. I'm not sure what's going on there. I guess he's going around the corner. Just looks like he's kind of like floating around that corner, though, for some reason. Let's see, 24% on the seed. We should be doing pretty good here for another two times around. And again, not using any fertilizer oven, so we don't have to worry about that number here at all. In fact, we can even like turn the fertilizer. I don't know if there's a way to turn the fertilizer off on this particular planter or not. So if we're planting beans with it up, we really don't need the fertilizer option on here. Although, I talked about this before, and again, when it comes to real life, The way Farming Simulator Giants here handles the whole fertilizer thing with soybeans really is not quite right. Typically, you still put some fertilizer down with the soybeans yet. But at least with the game, everyone, no fertilizer. Zero zip, not a zilch. Oh, seeing all the row units bounce up and down a little bit, that's kind of cool there, everyone. Speaking of which, by the way, that is kind of, in real life, that's controlled by your gauge wheels to some extent. The gauge wheels, of course, set the height of that trench that is cut into the ground here for placing the seed. Hopefully with the gauge wheels, it gets it at the right height there. And that is also controlled by the downforce system on the planters here as well. Not exactly sure what type of downforce system here is on this planter. But on the arms here for these planters, you can see basically it looks like a hydraulic right there that is pushing that row unit down into the ground. And that also has like a little bit of a spring to it as well, right? Turn the force bit off. We don't need that out for that right at the moment. And usually with that, when they have a sensor, I like to say it's on the gauge wheel. Somebody that knows more about the planters can correct me if I'm wrong in that. But I think it's by the gauge wheel. They have a sensor that's basically for that downforce system. Again, depends a little bit maybe on which downforce system is on the planter here. When it comes to these planters, Evan, these planters can come in a lot of different configurations, like as far as the row units go and what type of cleaners you have up front. You got, in this case, we got a fertilizer option up front. What type of closing wheels we got. All that good stuff, everyone. What type of, I don't know if this is necessarily the right terminology, but seed tube essentially is what I'm calling it. Actually, I think they call some of them a feed tube, right? The tube that actually delivers the seed from the meter down into the ground. All kinds of options, everyone. All kinds of options. I think we're making some pretty quick work of this field here. Planting 24 rows of soybeans here at a time. Of course, with the way this planter is set up, it is on 30-inch rows. Fairly common to see that around where I live here as well, everyone. If a farmer is willing to plant his soybeans on 30-inch rows, that usually means a farmer can only need one type of planter to plant both corn and soybeans. And, it depends, if a planter wants to plant some, or a farmer wants to plant some wheat or oats or stuff like that, then they'll need a drill. But if you're just doing corn and beans, Evan, you can get away with one type of planter to plant both. Plant your soybeans and your corn on 30-inch rows. With that being said, of course, Evan, soybeans sometimes do benefit from having a higher population planted, so plant them a little bit closer together or more in a row. They're not quite as picky as, say, corn, where corn is very picky as to its spacing, row spacing, and seed-to-seed spacing. Well, let's see, down to 10%, everyone. Once we get back, I think we probably should stop and fill up, assuming we can make it back to the other end here anyway. I think we can at 10%. let's see, we're doing 40 seeds meters squared. That's the high seed rate from looking at the dots there. We are currently variable seed rate applying here into auto. Oh, now we're down to 30. It looks like 30 apparently. Okay, so is 35 medium then? Wow, there's not much difference between the seed population rate then, is there here? 30 at the low, 40 at the high. I presume 35 is the middle then, right? So I'm assuming that's how that works out here. We should be able to see that. Actually, does it? Oh, it doesn't show up on that screen, does it? That is just showing the nitrogen. So yeah, if we go over to our seed rate, yep, you can see we were in high. Oh, we're actually in the standard right at the moment. Oh, yep, okay, yep. Like I was saying there, everyone, standard, 35 seeds. Who would have guessed? Low is 30, high is 40. What would standard be then? Right in the middle. Makes sense. I'm still curious, though, I'll have to say, Evan, as to why on some fields, if you notice, like on field 6, Evan, we got a little bit of variability here in our shades of green. I better check how close we are. Yeah, we're real close. And then if you go to, like, field 9 of them, we just got solid colors. Like, what is up with that, Evan? Why on some fields do we have a little bit of variability, and in other fields, it's just, like, solid color? Very curious as to what's up with that. Okay, we'll run over to our farm silos here a minute, grab some seed, fill up on that, head back out to the field here. Oh, I think we probably got about half the field planted here at this point, everyone. Working on the larger side here. Seems like the headlands always take the longest to plant. Once you get the headlands done, and then it's go up and down the field, zip, zip, and you're done. There we go. Oh, stopped. Nope. That was weird. Okay, well, let's fill it up. Let's see how we're looking on our other equipment that's hired here. Looks like you are finished. Okay. Want to see what the nitrogen looks like here on this field now. Oh, yeah, that went from kind of a red to more of an orange color here. Plus, we got some strips of green in there. Not quite sure what's up with that, but hey, cool. I'll take it. Out of curiosity, too. How did that do on our percentage here? 99. Hey, we're still 99%. Cool. I like it. And then how are we looking over here? 88. Yep, still down on the weeds there. Where's the equipment here? There it is. Oh, okay, he finishes over on that side. So, yeah, looks like the sprayer started going up and down the field. And the roller is still working on a second headland. And he'll be going up and down the field here pretty quick as well. Oh, good. Equipment's still working here yet. Still curious. I'm going to see once if we have any problems with that. They are at different angles to each other, so yeah, we'll probably have a problem with that here at some point. Anyway, Evan, looking at the time here, it is unfortunately time to wrap it up here for this episode. So that you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. Until next time.